Hello, Sir Curmudgeon here. It is Memorial Day weekend, and I have been way behind on the project. But let me show you what has been going on. I'm kind of at a standstill. And why am I at a standstill? I've got the driver's side assembled and it's all set to go. And then therein lies the problem. We had the original axle, which, if you recall, the end threads for the wheel nut were turned down. So they're no longer 2-inch, they're 1 5/8. Okay, no problem. So what I did was I got a used axle. And that axle I ended up tossing because the end threads were no good. So I ordered another axle. And I got the axle all installed. Everything in place, just waiting to get the brakes on. And what do you think happened? The threads are all boogered up on the end. And the nut won't start. So I bought a master rethread kit. Of course, it's for small stuff, but I used the thread file and tried to clean the end threads up right here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. And no, the nut will not start. I'm thinking I can get it to start, but then it only gets on like about a turn. And I don't know if I want to commit and force it on. So what did I do? I found another axle on eBay. And that gentleman swore to me, "Oh yeah, the end threads are great." It showed up about a couple weeks ago, but I've been kind of busy. And it came with a bearing. The bearing's kind of pitted, a little bit loose. That's no problem. I got a new bearing. I just have to cut the old gasket off. And I'll cut this off, heat the new bearing up, slide it on. But guess what? The threads are all boogered up on the end. And it won't start the nut. The 2-inch nut. So, I am at a crossroads. I don't know what to do. You can't buy a new one. I don't trust the new ones because as I ran into the new one from Egg Supply, the splines, these were not cut deep enough, and so it would not seat into the axle trumpet. If I could find a 2-inch thread chaser, I would just try to get these threads going, because everything's in place. That's all I need. the only thing I found for a thread chaser was like $150. But at this point, I've dropped, what, 75 bucks, $100 on 3 crap axles. If anybody knows, or if you have a 2-inch thread chaser that I could use to clean that up, that would be fantastic. If you would send it to me, I would clean those threads up, send it back to you, including a little thank you appreciation. But I would really, over the weekend, I really wanted to get that done. I've got 5 gallons of gear oil waiting to go back in. And I was going to back this thing out and pressure wash the heck out of it. And then I was going to start on the front portion. And here I am, stuck yet again. Maybe I'll break out the sandblaster and try to sandblast the wheels and see how that goes. But as it is right now, I am stuck in the eBay world. And I know a lot of people that do these Fords or cars or whatever, they get screwed with eBay all the time, and I understand that. I just wish the new parts were reliable, unlike, having to try to find used parts. I was so lucky on the driver's side. I found a new old stock axle, still in the original packaging, at a farmer that was about an hour and a half from here, from my house here in St. Louis. So I drove into mid-south Illinois and was able to get a new old stock axle. Went right in, bolted right up, way to go. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do about the other one. But in the meantime, I did source a better hood. The only thing is, this did come off a correct year. It came off an 8N, but it doesn't have the Ford script. I don't know what to make of that. My hood has the Ford script. And this side of the hood isn't bad, but you can see where they welded the side pieces, the side grill, onto it, and that's not supposed to be welded. But the problem is, this side is so dented and boogered up, and there's Bondo in here. One could almost probably cut this out right here. If I could cut that out and have it welded in, I could almost fix this. This is Bondo right in here. I'd have to grind this out and try to hammer and dolly this part out. I mean, there's surface rust up here for sure, and there's a big dent up front. But I would really like to keep that Ford script. There's an idea. Maybe I cut the Ford script out and weld it into this hood, because this hood is, other than just like some surface rust or whatever, I mean, a disc is going to clean this hood up, or sandblasting is going to clean that hood up just fine. So that's where I'm at right now with the Ford tractor. I'm way behind. I wanted to have it done by the summer, and I'm 3-4 months behind. So if you got any suggestions, thoughts about the hood, or what to do about that axle and the threads on the end of the axle, let me know. The Curmudgeon would be very appreciative. Thanks for watching. I will give you an update with what I'm going to do with that axle. Maybe if I can find a 2-inch die, or if maybe I can find... I just hate to take that all apart again. I know I'll have to, and it's not that hard. You know, luckily I don't have the fluid in there. That would have been a big pain in the butt. But anyways, let me know. Thanks. And as always, if you like the video and you're getting anything out of it, or if you want to see me rant and rave about goings on, like, subscribe, send the message out that the Curmudgeon 24 is working to entertain you. Thanks. Bye.